let's just say it. Let's just say it. It's a wild election. I think everybody is worn out, but we're also energized and engaged. And this started with a small idea and a couple of drag entertainers. We've grown in so many ways. Drag Pack is the first ever political action committee created by world-famous drag entertainers to engage young voters in the democratic process, to get them involved in voting and all of the issues, to also connect them with LGBTQ people running for office, and to focus on the issues that are most important to the LGBTQ plus community.
Drag. Ooh, oh yeah. Haven't you heard voting is sexy?
We have more drag entertainers joining every single day across the country to help spread the word, engage voters, get out the vote, make sure people are registered, and then make sure that their audiences are connected to, in real time, to the issues that impact our community. And we're seeing that so many of the issues are really connected. Bodily autonomy is the overarching issue that both affects the right for reproductive access, but then also gender-affirming care. Drag bans connect to the book bans, connect to the LGBTQ community at large. And so a lot of these things are all intertwined. So we want to really engage the entire, honestly, the whole country. And who doesn't love drag, honey? We are seeing a wonderful response to Drag Pack. We're seeing people engaged and telling us in the comments and in response that they feel represented in a way that they hadn't politically before. The younger generation is usually more progressive than the one prior. And that includes Gen Z, of course. They were born into a world where they have more equality and more access to things than previous generations. And so they may not have seen those struggles to gain those things in the first place, but they're certainly seeing those things being stripped away and access to those things being blocked, or the threat of losing those things, rather. And so speaking to those issues and speaking to the fact that they could lose access to these things, I think is effective in getting Gen Z to get up, leave the house, register, let's go vote, let's do our thing. So many people in America focus on national politics and, the presidential campaign, which is important. But when we vote, we have to think about local, city, state elections and offices, because these are the things that we know historically impact your day-to-day life. When we talk about how crucial this vote is, it's not just about who's going to be the president for the next 4 years. It's who's going to be in your council, who's going to be in your House of Representatives and in Congress, and who's going to serve on the Supreme Court, and who's going to decide who those next people are that are going to be there for the rest of their lives. As a person of color, as a trans woman, all these, I feel very grateful to live in the time and space that we're in. That being said, I'm not really that happy with the fact that there's so much money in politics. I'm talking about corporate money, billions of dollars going to elected officials or hopefuls. And that not only impacts who gets into office, but it also impacts what they do when they are in office. And what we've seen lately is an overwhelming and very disproportionate amount of attention and energy put into taking rights away from Americans, especially people in marginalized groups, LGBTQ plus people being one of them. And so we're seeing over 500, in this current year, over 500 anti-LGBTQ laws that would limit access to things like housing and healthcare and job security and all types of things. And that is upsetting. We are focused on getting acquainted with the community and everybody in the world, obviously, but then also using our platform to amplify positive messages about the LGBTQ plus community and also combat a lot of the misinformation that's out there. If a politician is writing a bill that impacts a certain group of people, in order for them to get that bill passed, they have to get public support. So then they have to go out and say all these things about the group of people that they're targeting. And in this case, people are saying a lot of not only anti-LGBTQ stuff, but stuff about us that just isn't true. Misinformation about who we are and what we want. And who we are as humans and what we want is the same rights that everybody else has. What we want to do is sort of stitch together all these approaches that we've had. We want to mobilize people at the grassroots level to to get involved on either in politics themselves or to get involved in the political process, to really sort of smash the idea that politics or voting is a once every 4-year thing. So that's the work of Drag Pack, is just really to be involved at the local, city, state level, and then nationally, and make sure that we have a presence and that we can be relied upon as a resource for people in our community to connect with and to help uplift the voices of people in our community who may have trouble doing that, and they care about particular issues in their area, in their state, in their city. If you are interested in uplifting and you care about other people, then Drag Pack is a great group for you to get involved with and learn more about.